Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair. Auto Repair.
Use your words.
I know. Use my words. I swear I'm not drinking booze. I have to say it like every show.
Maybe
Irvine,
you should be.
Yeah, right. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids, Hybrid, and EV. We'll talk about them a little bit later. Thank you so much for joining us. As you see, it's not Jesper. It's
Not
Larry
Jesper.
from Lifting with Larry. What's up, Larry?
Hey, how's it going, Jason? How's everybody doing tonight?
We are doing good, and Janet says good afternoon, good evening. Who knows what day it is?
How you doing, Janet?
It's probably Saturday there. I don't know.
Probably, yeah, who knows? It's next week, next month. It might be November.
Yeah, so thank you for stepping in. Jesper came back from Denmark about 1 this morning. If you remember, last time Larry was here, Jesper fell asleep about 30 minutes into the show. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to come tonight. I'm like, you know
Peace,
what?
I'm out.
That's a great idea. So he's catching some much-needed Z's. Thank you for the last show where Hannibal is Hungry stepped in. That was awesome. We're definitely going to have him back soon. And then I'm actually going to be on his show next week, Tuesday night. So that'll be fun. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm looking forward to it. If you could, anything gig economy related, you can go to gigeconomy-podcast.com. Also, I want to mention we do have merch. You can check that out in the show description. You know, we don't make.
It's getting hoodie time.
Yeah, no, it is getting
hoodie.
hoodie time. We make almost $0 on that stuff, but it's all about just repping the brand. You know, if you like it, then you know, if you like the show, sorry, I'm multitasking as you can tell. If you like the show, you know, grab a t-shirt, grab a sweatshirt, whatever. They're good quality. So that would.
I want one of the Jason and Jesper throw blankets. That's what I need. That's what I need.
I think we need to get like our caricatures done and
Yes.
then put it on there.
That would be good. That would
Yeah.
be sweet.
For sure.
I would buy that.
You would? Oh,
I would buy it.
appreciate that.
They'll go up my Buccaneer man cave.
Nice. Yeah, that's weird. Larry, please don't do that. I'll just send you a private picture. I don't know.
Oh,
if
that's
I'm-
much better.
Ah! Nice. So
Having flashbacks to Nashville, Jason.
oh
Come
my
on.
gosh, yeah, where you gave me COVID. I want to thank our Patreon members, which of course Larry is one of them. We appreciate that. Keith from Indiana, Janet from New Zealand, who's on the stream right now, Samson from Grand Rapids, who I haven't heard from in a year. I don't know what's up with him. And Steve from Colorado, Leo from Detroit, and Chris from Grand Rapids. I will catch up on these comments a little bit in a second. Also, I want to mention our Telegram group. I know it's been pretty quiet, but you know
That's why we need more people.
I know.
Get it active. Get it kicking again.
your good old boy is coming back next week, and oh boy, it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to blow that sucker up. So
Let's do it. I'm out there, man, out there ride sharing, and it's just crickets in there.
yeah, it is. I feel bad, but you know it's part of the pandemic. You know, a lot of people stop rideshare driving and stuff. But yeah, check that link out. It's a Telegram chat group. It's, you know, we got people from all over the country there and the world, yo. And
New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand. Check out my boy Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. He is amazing. If you search any podcast player, Rideshare Rodeo. Steve's more nuts and bolts about the gig economy. We talk about a little bit of news, funny stuff, you know, just silly things. We just try to have a little bit of fun on top of the news. And then
Infotainment.
what's that?
Infotainment.
That is true. That is true. And then one more thing before we talk a little bit about the news. I've been on a radio show. I was not on last Friday, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be on this Friday. I have a prior commitment, actually, another podcast. If you go to, oh my gosh, tncradio.live. Yeah, .live. You can check it out. Actually, on noon to 1 or 11 to, I'm terrible. I should have wrote this shit down. They're playing either Steve or our show on there, so you can catch it on there. They have an app that you can download and listen to the show, so really just appreciate if you go like their Twitter page or follow them. They're mostly on Twitter, but yeah, it's tncradio.live. And yeah, we're on Friday nights live from 7 to 9 Eastern time. So it'd be me and Steve and Tom Kelly and Chopper Bill, who's got like, I don't know, like 12,000 Uber rides. So that guy is a champion Uber driver. So yeah, it's kind of fun. There's actually a number you can call into. So if you have a question or you just want to bust our balls, and it's internet radio, so you can swear.
Anything goes.
Yeah, I was actually not the first one to drop the F-bomb. It was Steve from Rides Here Rodeo.
Really?
He dropped it like a couple times. I'm like, I thought we were avoiding it. I mean, it's okay, but I was just laughing, and it's funny.
I think you're emphasizing it.
Right. And what's funny is there's no video with him. So no one does video. It's the weirdest thing. We do a Zoom call with no video, and so it's just all audio. So
why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It seems strange, but it's a fun thing. We do like songs and intro songs, and they can actually get away with playing like regular like AC/DC and stuff like that because they have a license. So it's kind of fun.
And what time is this again on Fridays?
7 to 9 Eastern.
7 to 9 Eastern.
Yep. So. What are we saying? It's Court, first time catching a live. Hey, Court, thanks for joining us. Janet, Antonio, how's it going? Yep. I know Antonio. He's a cool dude. I have a 2015 Fiesta. Anyway, I cannot do the inspection. I did it 3 years ago already. Not sure what that's about. Jeff says beautiful ruby red headphones.
We're Twinkies. We match.
Yeah, we do. And I got a red. We both got red on. And Larry's repping his Buccaneers. So
yeah, I got to because they don't have a lot of good years usually. So there's a long dry spell there where you couldn't really rep much with them. So got to take advantage when they have the good years.
That's right. Now that you got an actual quarterback. Shout out to Ronald. I see him in the DoorDash group. I think.
Hey, Ronald.
He's pretty good. He's pretty active. Join the Telegram group, Ronald, if you're interested in connecting with their drivers in the area. We really appreciate it. All right, before we check out some gig economy news, just want to talk about our studio sponsor, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. We all know what EV stands for, right? Electric vehicles. They don't work on Teslas, just to let you know. But they do work on any other EVs. 532-6600 or irvines.com. Check them out, man. Like, they are not the cheapest. They will tell you that, but they will fix it right. Everything's seamless online. Get an email with all the pictures of things that need to be repaired. It's sweet. They do a great job. They've been a studio sponsor for at least a year and a half, and we can't thank them enough. So, 532-6600 or irvines.com. Please check them out. And as always with any of our sponsors, if you do talk to them or there's a place online, please let them know you heard it from the Gig Economy Podcast, because then they will keep supporting us, and we appreciate that.
There's Steve from Rides Here Rodeo. He says sick in Colorado. What's up, Steve? You have COVID, or you just got the flu, or what's going on?
I think his boy came down with something the last couple of days. I think he caught that. I don't know. Okay. It's so weird right now. Like John from in the Telegram group, I swear he had COVID and he got tested and it wasn't. So it's like
he sounded like he had it though.
Dude,
he sounded rough.
He still sounds bad.
Yeah,
I checked
he does.
him on tonight.
Yeah, he still sounds rough.
So yeah,
for sure. Yeah, them darn kids, they give you everything.
They do. Damn kids. Or you, when you gave me COVID. I'm just kidding.
Well, it probably came from one of my 18 kids.
Yeah, right. All right, first up, this is very strange. Going to throw this up here. I don't know where this was. It doesn't really matter. But this is a DoorDash subreddit that I follow. So do you notice anything about this picture, Larry, that I know you don't do a lot of food delivery. Well, you probably read what it said up top. So anyways, I won't make you guess, but basically above the deliver by 206, it says collect cash from customer.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Yeah.
Unless there's some select markets that do that, but
obviously it's if that's a true screenshot, it's in the app somewhere, but I've never heard of any place in the States where you deal in cash.
I'm pretty sure that's a legit screenshot. That doesn't
look... maybe it's overseas somewhere.
Oh, really?
I don't know. That's just weird. I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna.
No, those look like state highways right there.
Yeah, it does. I just don't know where.
I can't zoom it in.
Maybe I'll do some research on that. See if I can figure out where that was at.
But yeah, if this is in your market, I'd be curious to know how that works. It seems very odd that they would do that. But
any of the gig apps that if you do a gig app where you deal actually in money, let us know, because I'm curious.
Yeah, how that works. I mean, I know how it works. Duh, you know they hand you a 20, but like, do you have to bring change or like?
Yeah, Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. I do remember those days. I used to work for Jets Pizza. This would be even before the gig economy came.
Yep.
Well, the gig economy has been around for a while, but before the apps like Uber and Lyft came around, and people would hand me cash all the time, and I would have to have some change. It was annoying.
Yeah, it's inconvenient.
Yeah, I like the cashless system. I've been using my Apple Pay so much more now than like taking my wallet out. It's really nice.
Yeah, you kind of get hooked on stuff like that. It's easier, it's faster, more convenient.
Yeah, although it's very weird. Some of them you use, it makes you enter a PIN. Some of them it just goes through and you don't even have to do anything. I don't know. And then the Johnnies, the Shells, at least in Michigan, the Apple Pay works great in the store, but they don't accept it at the pump. So I'm like, okay, what is going on here?
That's inconvenient.
Right. So this next story was interesting. This was, let me mute this site because I already muted it. I always mute the sites, try to pre-show because you click on it and the ad plays.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. A elaborate crypto eats food delivery scam steals $500,000 in minutes. Let's see. For the last week, a handful of UK-based celebrities have been talking about a new startup called Crypto Eats. Okay, first of all, that just sounds shady, okay? That would try to compete against Uber Eats by allowing customers to pay for food at delivery in cryptocurrency, which I know that's been talked about. I know people are trying to get that to do,
Yeah, there's places now that will accept cryptocurrency for different things. And it's the weirdest thing. I mean, here I'm in, Little Bowling Green, Kentucky, and we've had an ATM, a Bitcoin ATM in our mall for like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, no offense, you're in Kentucky. It's just...
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, I would more expect to have a shotgun ATM where you can just get a shotgun.
Well, it's set right next to the shotgun.
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
The vending machine there.
Thank you for clarifying. So, the creators mocked up a logo, got TikTok influencers to promote it, and one to wear its swag on a video, apparently through a party, announced the Eats token through a press release, blah, blah, blah. Almost immediately after its launch, Crypto Eats vanished from the internet, along with a few $100,000 of one of the more elaborate, they call it shitcoin rug pulls in recent memory.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah. So basically, they set it up. They paid these influencers to do promotions and do their Instagram. They actually spent like $26,000 on these, paying these guys to promote it. And one of them dressed up in the uniform like a delivery driver. And then they had this big run up to the launch of where you could actually buy these coins.
Yeah,
and people get excited just because it's it's another another type of currency. And as soon as they sold 500,000 of it, boom, website shut down, Instagram disappeared, Twitter disappeared. They were gone.
They said with mere minutes after the initial sale, or I don't know, it says after token sale launch, they were gone. I'm like,
yeah, you wonder why they didn't let it run just a little bit longer. Make a few mil. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got scared. I mean, that's what happens.
Or maybe they had a goal that they might have investigated. Look, this will minimize our chances of getting caught. $500,000 is all we need. We're going to live in this foreign country. That's all we need.
Well, yeah,
boom, boom, boom.
That's what I was going to say. Most criminals try to get greedy, and that's why they get caught.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like when you get this embezzler and they start out with $10 and then it's 20 and then it's 100 and then, if you keep it on the DL, you probably can get away with it. So Jeff commented, we have a Dash Mart open in our area, not done pickup there, but have you spoke about them? No, Jeff, we have not spoke about them, but I read about, I don't know what article I read. So basically it's kind of like GoPuff where they have 2,000 grocery items in a warehouse and you just pull up and grab it and go. So
they have it ready for you, or do you have to? Okay, so
I'm pretty sure
you don't have to shop or anything.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, don't quote me on that. Okay. I think one of the articles talks about we talk about later is robot delivery for convenience stores, and I think they talked about that Dash Mart. I think that's what triggered my brain. But yeah, I think that's I don't know. Have you? Yeah, I know you haven't done much food delivery, so I know when I do it, like if I go to Walgreens or whatever. I'll do a 2 or 3 item thing, but half the time it's out and it's just, I don't know. It's not seamless like Shipt and Instacart where you like communicate easily with the customer. So
yeah, I have yet to do like a Walgreens or convenience store or anything like that. And when I've been doing the food delivery stuff, the only time I've done like a Walgreens is when I was doing roadie and it was a medication. I was taking
okay.
somewhere.
Have you strictly stuck back, or when you're coming back from the pandemic and stuff, have you just basically just done rideshare? Have you dabbled in any food delivery?
I'll turn on the food delivery every now and then if it's slow, but luckily, I mean, here lately it hasn't been very slow. So with the ride share, so I hadn't really turned it on too much here lately. But I know they're desperate for drivers because I used to never get very many promos, and now it's like every day or two it'll start popping up. Hey, here, get an extra $5 to do a delivery, things like that with Grubhub.
Okay. Yeah. Are you getting promos for rideshare? Because I've been checking here and there, and they sometimes
I got a good one with Lyft last weekend,
okay,
which is the first good one I've had. And actually, I got a guarantee and a promo, and then 2 ride streaks. And so the the guarantee that usually doesn't make you nothing.
Correct.
I made like $57 off the guarantee.
Yeah.
And then I had to do. They always have the 3 levels that you can hit, and I hit all 3 levels, so that was like an extra like $210 or something.
Damn.
I mean, it was really good. Yeah, I made $540 on Saturday.
Holy cow! I think Ben got the same thing. He got 20 rides for $150.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he had the streak bonus, but he definitely had the guarantee. And I think that he made up like $40 for him on the guarantee.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Which is because usually the guarantees, don't help you much, but both of mine went way down this weekend.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You hit it. They always are going to take it way down.
Hey, Sierra, welcome. Thank you. I don't think I've seen your face here before. Appreciate you stopping by from Springfield, Oregon.
Hey, right. Sierra.
Yeah, I feel like they do alternate. You get one week, the next week they're like nothing. So
we rarely get anything. Uber never gives us anything. We always just get like there's always like it'll say there's like a 1.1 or 1.2.
Yeah, same with us.
That's it. We never get like I forget Quest. I've never had a Quest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think John from he's from Greensboro, South Carolina, right? I think he gets quests quite a bit, but yeah, there's not many quests up here either. So I'm hoping that starting I got maybe 2 more days of work next week, and I'm going to take the rest of the week off. I got so much crap to do around the house that I've neglected since the season started. So I use that as my excuse, right? Like, I got to take some days off and shifting jobs, it'd be a good time to reflect on my season. No,
there you go.
I just need to get some shit done.
All right, yeah, and if we have a spot, I'll throw out my story that I was telling you.
We actually stopped talking about stories. If you notice in the podcast, because
yes, I did.
Jesper and I weren't even driving or doing anything. I'm like, this is lame. It just makes us sound like losers. So. So thank you for reminding me. Yeah, tell me about your story you had.
Yeah, so Saturday I was driving. As I said, it was very busy. This was my last ride of the night, and picked up a young lady and her boyfriend, probably early 20s, and her name. I won't tell her name, but I've had her as a passenger a few times before, but it'd been a while. And she was like, "Oh, hey, Larry, you remember me?" And then I remembered who she was, but her and her boyfriend had obviously been getting into it. Not getting along, and so that's always uncomfortable when you're stuck with 2 people who are not getting along. And so he's all upset about. He tells her that something inappropriate some boy said to her at the bar. She didn't hear it or ignored it, or she didn't even know who he was talking about. And then she's being like super sweet to me, asking me all these questions, and he is just back there just burning up, man. He is not happy at all. And then she's like, "Oh, she wanted me to open my sunroof because they've been in the bar and it was hot. So yeah, I'll open my sunroof. I don't care, whatever." And then she like, "Oh, I want to play the song? Do you have an aux cord?" And I'm like, "No, but I've got Bluetooth here. I got Spotify on my phone. Just whatever you want to play."
Yeah.
Here, So she plays what is that song? That Fancy Like song that's so popular now. You probably heard it.
I am not hip on that new music.
But then so she's singing along to that, and he's like, "No, nobody want to hear that song," and she's like, "Well, I want to hear that song." So she's singing along to it. It's a very popular song. And then I'm gonna have to read this because I know. So then after that, she plays another song, very inappropriate song.
Cardi B.
No, it's a country song by a guy named Trey Lewis.
Okay.
Don't know anything about it, but here, I'm just going to read you the chorus.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Said she's getting dicked down in Dallas, railed out in Raleigh, tag teamed up in Tennessee, angled in Austin, butt fucked in Boston, giving neck down in New Orleans.
What?
That's the chorus. And she's just saying at the top, she's just saying, just like it's, nothing to it. And I'm like, she's like, have you heard this song? I'm like,
can't say that I have, ma'am.
Can't say that I have. No.
That was a country song?
It is.
Is that a new genre for country? Like kind of filth mouth?
It reminds me of the old David Allan Coe songs. Have you ever heard any of old David Allan Coe, his raunchy stuff?
No, I know of him.
It is raunchy. Yeah.
There's a guy, and I'm not going to know his name. I'm terrible, but I probably within the last 5 years that does that song kind of stuff too. I can't remember his name, but it's not either of those two names.
Yeah. But there's lots more in the song. That's just the chorus. So
my Lord. So, and she knew it, like it was like
she knew it. Yeah, she knew every word to it. Yeah,
I thought for sure it was going to be Cardi B's WAP, and I was like, that's
but
awkward.
she was singing along. But yeah, and then he was upset. He wanted to get something to eat, and he's like, "Can you go to this McDonald's?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it's not open. They're all closing now, but I'll go. I'll pull up and see." So pull up to the drive-through. Sure enough, they're closed. So then he's not happy. It makes him even more upset. And it was a good 20-minute ride too, which made it even better.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just the fact she was like asking if I'd seen she has a good friend McKenna who I've had several times, and she was asking about how things were going, and he was just not having it.
Well, part of it is probably your guys' connection that you've taken before, so that probably added to him being frustrated for whatever reason.
It did not help.
No. So clearly you're having staffing issues in your fast food too, or they're not open late anymore. And
yeah, I don't think any of our McDonald's are open overnight anymore. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think that was the one that was still open, and they started closing. Our cookout, the lobby's not open.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cookout by about 10 o'clock, cars be wrapped around cookout, man. They'll be lined up out there.
That's crazy.
But luckily they're generally pretty good. I mean, they're not Chick-fil-A good about getting you through, but they're generally pretty decent.
Chick-fil-A, they're insane how good they are. Like a long line at Chick-fil-A doesn't bother me. I'm like, it's fine. We'll be through in like 12 minutes.
So me and my wife were going to cookout the other night, and they had people out. And like they do at Chick-fil-A, right?
Really?
So like, they finally have figured it out. And we get up there and they're like, "We're sorry, our speakers are broken."
You're all excited that they got their shit together. And...
yeah. And no, just doing it one night because their speakers were broken.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't understand. My wife and I just had that conversation about Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, it really starts from corporate within and setting the standards and boundaries of how we're going to do business. Cause like, I think McDonald's could do that, but they would have to start like ground level and like, how could they do it now? I'm saying, is it possible?
You'd have to do this to refresh.
Yeah, you'd have to do like a rebrand or something. Like it'd still be McDonald's, but you would have to like
new management,
shut it down for like a week, and like I don't know. It seems crazy, but I mean, so obviously fast food can be fast and it's doable. Clearly, you treat your employees with respect and those kind of things, but McDonald's definitely doesn't do that. So.
Hey, just want to say hey to Jerry from Bowling Green. He said he could be watching the World Series, but he'd rather watch us. So how about that?
I don't know about that, Jerry. I love you, but come on.
That's what he said. I'm just saying it. Hey, Laura, first timer.
Yeah, welcome. I swear her name sounds familiar. I think she's commented on some stuff before. So real quick side note, and then we'll jump into the next one.
Yep.
I didn't read the article. I'm terrible with this. I read the headlines and then I talk about it like I know what the hell I'm talking about. But some guy is going to, if the Astros win the World Series, he's going to win like $36 million. He made some crazy bet or something. Do you know anything about that?
I do not, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know what the bet was. It clearly had to have been something random if they won, because they were pretty good this year. So I don't know.
Wow, that's a lot of moolah.
Perfect transition, Larry, about your lyrics for our next video. Now, I did have to add my own music because I didn't want to get kicked off YouTube. Because the music,
we don't want to do that.
No, so we're just going to watch this, and then I'll talk to the audio listeners of what we're seeing here. So...
Now bow chicka bow wow.
Yeah. So just to let you know, when we do have videos play, they can't hear us. So
yeah.
So that was a short video. I tried. So we have this service that we can get music from. I wrote sexy in it, or first I wrote baby banking music.
Yeah.
And I got to bump you up a little bit. And then it didn't, nothing came up. And I wrote sexy, and then it came up. But anyways, it's an Amazon driver, and I'm sure you've seen it. He's basically, all of a sudden the door opens and this chick gets out, and like, she's got the outfit on, the hair's kind of messed up, the phone's stuck in her dress. She just got done.
And the driver kind of glances out to kind of make sure like nobody's right there watching.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. So basically they had sex, which isn't a big deal. But the funny part is, like, who's videotaping that? Like, how did that video camera start to roll? That's what I want to know.
He probably saw the girl get in the van and then start shaking, bouncing, and the vans are rocking. Don't come a knocking, right?
It's incredible. I fear though that guy's gonna get
oh yeah, he's probably got canned already.
Fired. Yeah, because I mean, I can't go anywhere on the internet before and not see that video. So
yeah.
This one said, "Hey, this package will be delivered in 9 months." That was the title of this one, so I thought that was funny. Steve said,
"Gift that keeps on giving."
He made. I just got that joke. The gift that keeps on giving. Steve from Roger Rodeo said he made the bet before the first game of the season.
Oh, the Astros bet. Oh, yeah.
Dang, yeah. Sure.
I wonder how much he had to put up.
I don't know. Probably not much. Tressa says, makes you think twice about your damaged boxes. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to know that. Like, oh, gross.
Oh, man. I just got a box the other day that had 2 holes in it. Now I'm going to have to throw it out. I'm going to have to burn it.
Speaking of that, I was at the shop today doing shop work. An Amazon driver came in a DSP van. It actually has the Amazon, it looks like Amazon. It's got the logo and everything. That son of a bitch pulled into the grass, got stuck, and rutted it right in front of us, and then just left. My boss is like, what the hell just happened? Like, I don't know what he was even doing. I didn't actually see it happen, and I'm not kidding you. It's been wet over here. We've gotten a lot of rain. And I mean, the ruts were like, I know it's hard to see but on the camera, but they were probably 2 feet deep. I'm surprised he didn't get stuck.
Yeah, that's a serious rut.
But anyway, so my boss knows I do Amazon. He comes up to me, how can I report? And I'm like, honestly, dude, I have no idea. Like, I think you have to go through Amazon.com and then report it, and then it gets trickled down because they don't actually work for Amazon directly. They're a separate company. So
yeah, have to try to figure out who would have been in that area at that time.
Well, I think they can scan so we have barcodes we have to scan to check the packages in. They can find out exactly who it was if they can get those numbers from there. I'm sure that happens often, man. I don't know why. There's so much. I mean, even though we were working there, there's so much room that my boss has like this giant driveway. I'm not sure why he tried to do whatever he was doing. So. All right. Next up is a little Karen, I called it, I think. Karen customer. I cannot read that on my screen. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
It says it's from Uber, actually. It says, leave at door. You canceled my order when the driver was 2 minutes from my house. I demand expedited service for this order as well as some kind of compensation for the additional 70 to 90 minute delays. Please respond. Well, that would be an automatic cancel for me.
Yes.
I actually do feel bad for some customers because, like, I'll get a little bit of hate from the customer, and then I kind of figured out that that's been sitting for a while. I'll look at the time on the, a lot of like Chipotle, they'll put a receipt on there and it'll have the time that it was made. Yep. I'm like, oh shit, this has been sitting here for 45 minutes. Well, it probably didn't get taken because there was no tip or it was really low. Right. And finally, DoorDash or whatever, they bumped it up, but I don't know how you avoid that as a customer other than tipping well.
That's really all you can do. I mean, you try to tip as much as you can, and that's always going to increase your odds of getting your food quick. And, if people, I know it's hard. I know you're frustrated if you ordered something. I would be too if I ordered something and it was 60 minutes later, 90 minutes later, still hadn't got my food, no matter what I tip. But remember, a lot of times it's not that driver's fault. He has not been ignoring that order for an hour and a half. It's been passed along to him.
Yeah.
It's probably passed to several people by that time and gotten to him. And, be grateful that he's finally the one that's going to be willing to actually bring it to you. You should be grateful to them.
Yeah. So those are a little tricky, right? Because it might hit your standard of your minimum and your mileage, but then you realize when you deliver it, there's no tip on it. So you made, let's say, $13 on a 4-mile delivery. There's no tip, and then it all of a sudden clicks because you don't really know until you pick up the order and you're driving, and it tells you there's no tip. Then you're like, oh, this has been sitting for an hour and a half because So I don't know. I've only had one bad experience with. I'm terrible. I'm always terrible remembering stuff. But there's it's Wingstop. They use DoorDash, and it was 90 minutes before I got my food. I even tipped really well, and they're like, yeah, the driver is just not coming. It was the same guy. And he just never came, and I ended up canceling the order. But normally when I order, I tip. I mean, I tip okay. I don't go insane.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's expensive enough already.
Right. I do at least 20%.
Yeah.
So, and I seem to have good luck. So, I don't know.
Well, we know how many people out there who either don't tip at all or tip very little.
Yeah.
So if you tip 20%, you're probably usually going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, especially how expensive this shit is. Like, I really should tip on the food price and not all the damn fees, but I get lazy. I don't give a shit. I'm like, I just want to get delivered. And again,
it's math. We ain't got time for math.
Yeah, what do we talk about? No geography, no math in this show.
No geography, no math.
All right. This next story is about robot deliveries. Will C-stores pave the way for robot delivery? We actually had a robot video last show that we saw that hit the curb and tipped over, and that's kind of what my question is a number of grocery store and tech vendors have piloted delivery robots over the last few years. I'm not going to really read it too much, but they bring up good points about convenience store. Is a delivery robot going to deliver a $1.50 cup of coffee? I mean, there's got to be, some minimums and stuff like that, but I guess my biggest question is, how is that robot going to navigate curbs and stuff like that? And like, it does talk about college campuses, which I can see is pretty, what am I trying to say? It's laid out pretty perfect, right? It's blocks, it's,
they're going to have fun at our college, Western Kentucky University. I mean, our nickname, our mascot, we're called the Hilltoppers because
lots of hills.
The top of the college sits way up here, and the bottom of the college is way down here. And you go down. I've never counted how many steps you have to go through to go from the top down to the bottom.
Oh man!
But it's a lot because when I was in college up there, like in the middle of the night, I used to ride my motorcycle down all the steps.
Oh, you did? You rebel! You rebel!
Never counted them though.
I bet
it's a bunch.
I feel like you are the biggest troublemaker. Like we know Larry now as like just a sweet-hearted, like just a nice guy. I mean, I'm sure you were nice back then too, but
see, I was, and that's how you get away with things because nobody suspects.
You get away with being nice and having a lot of confidence.
You can get away with a lot of stuff if you smile and you're very polite.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I know the robots can handle the curbs. They have the ones that can handle stairs and all that kind of stuff. But it's still just hard to conceptualize how it's going to really work because I mean it's I saw a story a week or two ago about the autonomous cars in San Francisco keep getting stuck all in this one dead end street.
Oh,
they end up there because there's something wrong with the GPS or something. So they just find these autonomous cars stuck there. And somebody has to drive them out or whatever. So stuff like that's going to happen, and but they're working on it, and I'm sure they're getting better all the time.
How can it be quicker than a driver, though? I understand, like, okay, you get a delivery, you instantly can put in the robot. You don't have to wait for a driver to come, but the robot's going to be doing 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, but maybe they have a autonomous van that takes the robot. And then the robot just goes like from the van to the door or something. Who knows?
Oh my gosh. That seems so complicated. I am not that worried about it.
It's weird. It's stuff that 50 years from now, people will wonder how we ever got along without that kind of stuff. But now it's hard to figure out how it's all going to work.
Honestly, I see Amazon drones happening before robots on a regular basis, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff I get delivered is, my daughter ordered some bracelets the other day. I mean, that would have been perfect for a drone. It flew over here from the warehouse and Yeah, I think we're going to see that a lot more.
Yeah, we got a drone story coming up.
Do we? Oh yeah, we
Yes.
do. I forgot to read that one. Is it a story or a picture? Oh gosh.
It's a story actually.
Oh shit, I didn't read that one.
Oh no, it is a picture.
Thank
It is a
God.
picture.
Thank God.
I read the story. I wanted to explore more, so I went.
Well,
and read
good.
the
You can
story
talk about it. Real
All
quick, just want to talk about our production company, Hey Guys Media Group. Look at this new slide I made. Let us help you start your podcast. It's another side project. I do this one and another podcast, and then our production company, which is starting to take off. We can help you start your podcast. We can help you edit your show. We could do some coaching, some consulting, whatever. Email us team@heyguysmediagroup.com, or online you can search us heyguysmediagroup.com if you interested at all. Fill out the contact form. We'd love to talk to you. And then if you are a business owner that wants to be a sponsor of the show, or we can sell your product, talk about your product. We got a new sponsor coming up we're excited about, and I got another one that I'm meeting with next week. So, hey, if you have a business and you want to talk about it, or you want us to talk about it on the show, we'd love to do that. Obviously, it's not for everyone. This show, if you're going to sell something super strange, if you're from Trip, I don't know if Trip's still around, don't come to Trip Ride.
Well, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Tell I'm old school.
You know it, man. You know you've been around. You're talking Trip stories.
So yeah, if you're one of them, don't message us, but we can pretty much promote anything you want out there, but we'd love to do it. So we can set you up with a nice sponsorship package, give you all the numbers where we're at, our download numbers and all that fun stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, if you have something that it probably wouldn't be appropriate to advertise on here, we'll advertise it on the Telegram channel.
That's funny. I bring up the tampons thing, but as I look at the comments, half the people in here are women. So I mean, I shouldn't be like that. I'm trying to think what would be like something. I think sex toys, but I'm thinking like, I don't know, man. Like not everyone uses them, but
different strokes for different folks.
That's right. Man. I mean,
don't knock it till you try it.
I'm not sure how that applies to rideshare, but I mean, okay,
it's delivery. It applies to delivery.
Oh, Larry, you got some good ones tonight. Jesper's got some big shoes to fill the next podcast. Goodness. All right, so this guy is trying to do $100,000 in 1 year. So this is his 1 week. Last week looks like he made $2,326.50. 94 minutes online with active 50. So he sat around for almost half that time, not rides.
Well, he's doing this is Uber Eats.
Is it Uber Eats?
Uber Eats, and he's trying to make $100,000 in 1 year. And not only that, because I read some of the Reddit comments, a little bit more into the story. The dude's 70 years old, I think.
No shit.
He said 70 is the new 50.
Okay, so that makes sense. I did see the tip amount. I'm like, this is right. You're right. It's got to be food delivery because there ain't no riders that are going to tip $1,000. So
yeah, and you couldn't be online even for 94 hours on rideshare.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Thank you that you're around here. I didn't even read the article close enough. I was just shitting my pants with the amount of money he made. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That is a good 90. How many hours are in a week?
Well, that's math. That's like
shit.
13 hours, 14 hours a day that he was online.
Let's see. So there's 168 hours, so holy shit, over a half. Yeah, so you're right. Yeah.
13, 14 hours, yeah.
That's insane. He's 70 years old?
I think what he put in there something about 70 being the new 50. So I'm assuming that he's 70 years old. And he said he's $26,000 away from his goal of making $100,000.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Pretty interesting.
He made $24.61 an hour. If you go by the 94 hours, if the active times, he made $45.62. What market is he in? I don't know what market he's in. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, let's see if I can find out.
Yeah, I just clicked on it. I was trying to scan it real quick. What? Oh no, he's in California because after I got the Prop 22 money.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Prop 22.
Yeah, so he was talking about Tuesday was his slowest day He said after 14 hours, he'd only made $160. Then he looked at his earnings, and Uber Eats had transferred $241 into my account as my Prop 22 minimum earnings guarantee.
Holy shit! So he made 160 plus the 240.
I don't understand. I don't know all their rules about it. Maybe I don't know if that's for the week or for the day.
Huh.
But he said, yeah, it's turned my worst day into my best day of the week.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
My peak day, he made 42 deliveries.
Yeah.
And he's got a Prius, so he's only made $90 in gas. Shit,
for
dude.
the week.
I'd do $90 in gas every day and a half.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's getting it though.
Yeah, good for him.
Shows you what you can do, man, if you're determined.
Yeah, I wonder, other than that, I wonder if he's just doing it for fun or if he's like going to pay a debt off or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Moving on, that guy's a badass. No way.
Yep.
I can't stand being in my car for that long. That's nuts. So this guy, shit, can't read that. So this guy posted in a like a personal finance group. It was just interesting. They obviously had a conversation. The guy says, just standing up for others who do this for a living, talk about gig work or food delivery. The guy's like, I don't care, loser, get a real job. The other guy's like, very rude. Who hurt you? He goes, low status, socioeconomic, I refuse to tip. And then he actually did post a screenshot of him tipping like 1 cent or something. What was it? Yeah, it was like
1 cent. I can't read it.
Yeah, I can't read it either. But he goes, I just do this to every driver. Just a random piece of shit.
Yep.
Again, you guys are hurting yourselves. Clearly, he's getting it delivered without a tip. And I wonder, it makes me really think about the Prop 22 stuff. Like, I wonder if drivers will just take everything now and they know if that they're going to be covered. You know what I mean? They're going to get extra income because they're guaranteed a certain amount. That seems shitty. I don't know if that's happening or not, but
I'm just glad I don't live in California.
Yeah, well, we got to keep it there. I know Massachusetts is thinking about it too. You check out Steve's show, you can definitely go into that a little bit more.
Yeah, the coasts are crazy.
Yeah, each coast. So this is, of course, this video. Guys, it's coffee right in front of the door. Guys can't get out.
Ever.
So what's funny about this, if you click on the article, some people are giving him shit like, go out your back door, but apparently he doesn't have a back door.
Yeah.
That seems weird. Are there houses that literally just have, there's got to be a back door in there, unless it's in a...
I mean, it could be like a house that's divided into apartments. And a lot of those will only have one door.
That's crazy, though. I don't think I've ever lived in a place that didn't have at least 2 doors. Like,
a lot of apartments don't.
Can you imagine putting a freaking couch through that tiny little I guess they can get it in. But yeah, guys, if you're a new driver, make sure you're putting the food in a proper place right in front of the door. Like, I understand what you're doing mentally. You're like, oh, let my customers see exactly where the food is, right in the center. Good job. I mean, even if you moved it back like 4 or 5 feet, it probably would have been okay. But instead, you put it right up there. So just make sure you know which way the door opens and put it to the right or left of that. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's an easy one for sure.
Yeah, totally is. So,
but I mean, I have to admit, I remember. I think I did that once, like when I first started. Not just not thinking. I think I probably did that.
I think, especially if you're new, there's a lot to. I mean, it's a relatively easy job, but there's you got to be.
Yeah, and then Uber Eats, you have to take the picture, and you got another order waiting. Yeah. But don't do it.
Yeah,
please don't do it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, you don't have people that have to go out their window to get their coffee.
I don't know. If I was really hungry, I might, but I might just complain and have them deliver another one, especially if I couldn't get outside, or I don't know, slide the mat over to the left. Or...
Well, I mean, that's one of the suggestions. And then he said he was going to try it in the next video, and then he just like knocks the door open, but the lid stayed on, so like a very, very small amount. Actually came
excellent.
Out.
Yeah. that would be
like
what
I do.
Yeah, that'd be like my number one tip for new delivery drivers. Yeah. Just put the food on the right side of the door.
Yeah.
Not that hard. All right, real quick, just as ad for us, Patreon. If you go to patreon.com, search the Gig Economy Podcast. $5 tier gets you the before show shit talk. I don't know. Sometimes we talk shit. Sometimes we have fun, whatever. The $10 tier a month gets you an extra podcast a month. Sometimes Jesper and I just shooting the shit, talking about gig work, or we usually try to do an interview. This month we had, who did we have? I'm terrible. Larry. Did you listen to it yet? Or it hasn't come out in the free podcast yet. It's only a Patreon. I can't remember. I'm a terrible person. Or terrible.
They run together. They run together.
They do.
It's hard. It's hard to remember.
Shitballs. What was it? All right. I can't do it. I gotta look. I can't do this to that person. That's terrible. You're literally going to make me log in. Are you kidding me? I can't. I got to do it. It's going to ask for a pin too. Oh no. Twitch does that. It's so annoying that every time I log in, I have to like put a pin in. Like it's like two-factor authentication, but they said
everything's going to two-factor.
I know. It's Bryce from Work Solo. So Work Solo,
that's right,
is an app that's going to be a game changer if they can do it. Basically, they can predict the hours that you work, that you make the most money, and if you sign up with them and they figure out a plan for you, that you're guaranteed that much of money. And oh man, I'm so excited. I told them, I was like, I will do that app in Grand Rapids, and you don't even have to guarantee me anything. I just want the data. I just want to know when to work. Cause like, who wouldn't want to know when the best time to work is? I don't want to be out there for 94 hours like that old guy.
Yep. Yeah. So when you know half of it's not productive.
Right. So those podcasts, typically you get Patreon gets it first for a couple weeks, and then we usually kick it out for the free podcast. So,
but the Patreon guys.
Yeah, you get a free piece of merch after your third month. So it's a good time.
You get to hear Jesper and Jason whisper sweet nothings to each other before the show.
Yes, sometimes we do. Sometimes
it's hot. I'm telling you, it's hot.
Oh gosh, Larry, you're making me blush. Sometimes we fight. Sometimes whatever. Not actually fight, but. So I'm looking forward to get Jesper back. I love our chemistry together. Nothing with you, Larry. Don't worry about that. But I've actually missed him. I missed him.
I'm out.
All right. So we talked about drones earlier, or we robots? Where the flippity flap is it? You know what? I forgot to add that picture. I swear I have it. Hang on, let me check. Sorry, y'all.
Well, I've got it, but that doesn't help much.
No, that doesn't help me. Now it would help. It would help me if you were in the administrative. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't know what happened to it.
Well, I can describe it.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, so basically it's just a picture of a restaurant. It says on the sign, it says, "It's just wings. Drone delivery now available. Your wings now have real wings." And so basically, I looked at the backstory of this. This is actually in a place called Holly Springs, North Carolina, about an hour and 15 minutes from Greensboro, where John lives. So I think he needs to try it.
Yes.
See how long it take the drone to fly an hour and 15 minutes to his house.
There's a video on it. I should have dug into it a little bit more. Yeah, it says drone food delivery service expanding in North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they have. So they say it usually takes about 20 minutes. I'm sure they have, just a geo-fenced area where you can order from to get it.
I think we need to circle back on the next show, and grab some of these videos. That's incredible.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That would be cool. And I want John, next time he's anywhere close to that, just park his car somewhere, order the wings, have him fly it to his car, and him take video of it.
Oh, I don't know how to use Aphrodite Knight. I don't know. That's not your real name. I know. I don't remember what her real name was. I forgot. I'm sorry. That's probably her.
Oh, okay. Well, she said she'll order. So do
it, please.
Do it and take video of it on your phone.
I'll actually pay for your food order if you do it. I'll Venmo you the money. Court. That's right. Thank you. I'll Venmo the money if you can get me that video.
I think she's gonna have to get a little closer than Greensboro. I don't think a drone's gonna fly an hour. 15 minutes.
Is it hour 15 from Greensboro?
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, rent an Airbnb in Greens or wherever.
Just drive over there. Just drive over there for an hour. Till you're like 15 minutes away, and have them fly it to your car. Just say, I'm at the Walmart parking lot. And
I'm a truck driver and I can't. God, that is incredible.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, that'd be neat. It's you see it more and more. I was out yesterday at work during my day job. We were having to go. They're redoing one of the traffic signals on a pretty busy road, and we have a camera up on that pole. So we were out there having to rewire some stuff, and they're building some apartments over next door. And somebody affiliated with the construction company had a drone, was flying it all over the place, flying all over the. Taking video of the construction process.
Oh, I mean, you know, Leo in the Telegram group, he's a big drone guy, and it's pretty incredible. I'm watching the video now. Oh, it basically lowers it down from the drone. The drone doesn't even land.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. If I can, if my real estate venture goes well, I'm gonna have to get a drone.
Oh yeah, to check out the house. Like you can do like home inspections.
Oh yeah,
and I mean you wouldn't be in charge of that, but
you can take video. A lot of people take a lot of the people, real estate agents now will hire somebody to take drone video of
it
the
can
house in the neighborhood.
Yeah, be a very lucrative. Like if I could have my realtor and he could provide that for me, and like I'd be like, that's sweet.
Pretty cool.
All right, we may circle back, or I may forget about the drone thing, but I'm pretty excited about that. Jerry
I'll
says,
try to remind you.
Yeah, heard anything about the tax hidden in the infrastructure? You know, that was actually proven to be false information. I think someone talked about that. I swear to God.
Yeah, didn't it relate to not all vehicles, but EVs, or because they don't pay gas, and so they're not paying tax to build the highways?
I swear.
I'd have to research it more. I'm not speaking very knowledgeably about
well,
it.
You know how Facebook, as much as I hate it, will say this has been fact checked and this is fake. I swear that was one of the articles. I could be wrong on that, Jerry, but that doesn't make sense because they already give us a 56-cent credit per mile. Why would they make us? You know what I mean? Why would they charge us to drive? But that makes sense for EV, I guess, because they're not paying the gas tax. I mean, really what they should do, although I don't know how you could do that for like your electric company, if you're charging your EV, if they could somehow figure out like, oh, this amount is coming from your EV, you should pay an extra tax on that. But man, I could be wrong, Jerry, but
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
It looks like most people are saying that it is false.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I got to start reading articles more. My ADD kicks in. I'm just like, all right, I don't got time for this shit. But it came from a pilot program that would have been created if the bill was passed. It was just a program to test the feasibility of a road usage fee, but it did not pass. So I actually think, as much as I hate them, like tolls should be a part of the thing. Like we don't deal with tolls in Michigan. I don't think Kentucky has them either.
No, we took our last one out. That last one in the state was actually here in Bowling Green. It was taken out. Oh gosh, I don't know, probably 15 years ago.
No, why did they go away from it? Because you would think of, think of all the
they
tourism.
Put them in place back then. They put them in place, and I think the way they allowed them to put them in place was when they're put in place for a specific interstate. Or and once that was paid for, they had to take them out.
Oh,
I know that's what they did here. When it was paid for, they took them out.
That's actually a really great idea, to pay for something and then we're done. Huh? Interesting. Yeah, I hate them. I absolutely hate them. But I feel like maybe the roads would be better. Although I feel like any place there are tolls, the roads aren't any better than when I drive. So
yeah, we're gonna have to do something about our infrastructure for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, drone delivery. I'm actually kind of excited about it, except that takes away my job, so I shouldn't be too excited about it. So
you just got to swap over, get your drone license.
Yeah,
start.
I think I will. Here's actually a cool video, and then we're gonna watch a terrible one. This is a happy freak out, and it's very genuine, and I love when this stuff happens. So we'll talk about it when it's done.
For two rides.
You can't pay me $500 for this shit.
Yeah.
Like for
So like. What do you think?
Let's put this into perspective. After y'all, I'm probably still going to drive until I get another $200. What if we just gave it to you? Then I would clock out and go home.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to?
No, I don't want to take your money.
No. But can we like get food first?
I mean, yeah, we're already at Whataburger.
Can I Venmo you?
I don't want. No, I don't want.
I would totally.
No.
You are?
Yeah, I will. For sure.
Can we end your night?
You're gonna make me cry.
No. Oh my God, if you cry,
Would that be cool?
do not cry. What's your name?
Heaven.
Heaven?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my God, Heaven! Heaven!
If you take us to Whataburger, we're gonna Venmo you $200.
Heaven, stop!
So you can go home.
Heaven, you're gonna make me cry.
Take us to Whataburger and we're gonna Venmo you $200 so you can go home. Bill? Still?
Okay.
Okay.
Heaven.
You picked up the right fucking people.
Yeah, you did. Must been saved by God. Oh,
You wanna know what's fucked up? We're not even drunk yet.
Oh, yes, you are.
I wish I was.
No, we're
I really
not.
do wish I was.
I really.
So yeah, they did. So basically, if it was hard to hear, I'm not sure, but the couple were just having a good night out, and they decided, you know what, we're gonna make this gal's night, and they Venmoed her the $200 so she could go home for the night. That's pretty amazing.
That's neat when you see stuff like that, because we don't hear good stories like that very often. It's always the bad stuff that we see in the Uber related stories, like we're going to see in the next video. But she probably deserves it. Think how much teasing that poor girl got growing up with the name Heaven.
Oh man,
that had to be rough.
I don't understand parents some days. Like,
yeah.
I just like, you gotta. I mean, clearly you like that name. I get it, but man, you got to remember what your kid has to deal with.
Exactly.
Although it could be worse. It could be like, cinnamon or there's like the months of the year, like April or summer. Do you know anyone that's named Fall? No, that's not. That's a season.
I do not.
Winter.
Yeah, there's winters. Yeah.
First names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Winters. Anyways, well, I appreciate that video because usually we see the bad stuff and what we're going to see next. I'm really curious what your thoughts on this. So basically, a guy hears gunshots in Chicago as a driver, but what he doesn't do is he doesn't take off. Like, I don't know why he sat around, but we're gonna.
I don't know. I watched that video a couple of times.
So did I.
After you sent it to me, and I'm like, "What?" I didn't know. I couldn't tell if maybe the shots were coming in front of him. He was afraid to go forward. If he was blocked in, because he moves a little bit, but he doesn't appear to be trying to take off. So it's really hard. And I mean, who knows? He might have freaked out and just been thinking about trying to find out where the shots were coming from, because it's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
I mean, I counted like 8 and then 12 and like maybe 9 more or something. There's a lot of shots.
Yeah, I shouldn't judge people in those situations because I don't know what I would do either. I mean, if there's a car in front of you, you can't slam on the gas. I mean, what are you going to do if you're? And it looked pretty busy. I mean, there's cars going past him, so maybe he.
So it's hard without seeing a whole, like an eagle's eye view of his car and everything that's around. It's really hard to say what would have been the best thing to do, but. Yeah, man, that would definitely you'd be going home to change your shorts after that.
Yeah. Before we play this, Janet comes in clutch and says autumn. Of course. I knew a ton of autumns. So thank you, Janet. All right, here we go. Shit.
That was like 8, 12, and then 9 shots.
So it's funny. I thought when I was watching it, it replayed again, but that was
more shots.
There was more shots. And you're right,
Yes.
he did try to move more.
He did, he went up and backwards a few times. So I think he was trying to maneuver, but I think there was something blocking him where he couldn't get out.
Well,
are people standing there?
Yeah.
Something.
Because, I noticed the guy in the Jeep, he's like backing up like, holy shit, that's scary. I don't know what I would do either. I'd probably just do the same thing that he did, just get down and hope you don't get a stray bullet.
Yeah. I mean, not a whole lot else you can do. And it didn't look like he could tell where the shots were exactly coming from because he wasn't like focused looking at one area. He was kind of looking around and trying to find a play to get out. So it sounded like the shots were, coming from somewhere, but he didn't know exactly where.
Yeah, my guess is it's coming in front of him because that's why the Jeep backed up.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was kind of paying attention to them, but
yeah, and he was looking out front. He was never looking behind him, which I think he would have been if that's where the shots were coming from.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to be a driver in Chicago. I know
Chicago.
I know Tom is, but honestly, that area, I mean, it's black and white. It seemed decent. I mean, I don't know. That Jeep was really nice. I mean, I guess you could have a nice Jeep in the hood, but I don't know. I didn't get the vibe that it was in a bad area, but it doesn't matter. Chicago's a shit show.
Yeah,
with violence right now.
I don't think I would want to. I don't think I'd want to drive there for sure.
No. All right, a couple more. We'll wrap this thing up. This crazy lift prices, which we've been experiencing. The riders have been getting just the shaft, and we haven't gotten a lot of bonuses. Although maybe when we're getting these lift bonuses, like $150 extra for 20 rides, maybe this is where we're going. But on the screen for the audio listeners, there's a Lux for $42 for I don't know how long a ride it is. But then there's a scooter for $63. Now, in the Lux even says pick up in 2 minutes, and the scooter is 4 minutes walk. And I'm like, who would even do that?
You got to pay for the fun, man. Scooters are fun.
I don't even understand that. And even the e-bike is $33. I mean, it's cheaper than the Lux, but what the hell?
Not much.
Not much. My Lord, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Good old Lyft.
They have been really, the prices have been fluctuating a lot more than they used to in my experience.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It really proves that I'm not going to be really focused on rideshare because they're not sharing the wealth. At least Uber's not. At least Lyft is trying to do some bonuses. But I know these riders are paying a lot, and it's just not fair. The drivers should get some of that. I mean, although definitely. Lyft's probably like wanting every penny, I still can't believe they're still in business after the pandemic. But
still trying to get profitable.
Jerry says, had a mask on, I would need D-pens. Yeah.
After that.
I'd probably need to change my shorts. Was that a Freudian slip? I don't know.
I'm not going to get it.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, this last one is just amazing. An Amazon delivery driver actually delivers a package to the roof, and he wasn't being a dick. It was an accident. So we'll play that and talk real quick about that. Okay, anyways, I'll stop playing it because they just look for the package and get it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was swatting at a bee or something.
Yeah, some kind of insect flying around him.
And it slipped out of his hand and went up. And I actually appreciate how upset he was. He's like, oh, man, how am I going to get out of this? And I actually appreciate the customers being like, they were like,
oh, yeah, they were chill.
Totally chill about it. I would be too. I'm like, I would want to see the camera just to see how it actually happened.
Yeah, and it was very obvious that he didn't throw it up there on purpose. He wasn't being a dick or anything.
No.
There was a bee or a fly or something. He was trying to swat it around his head, and one of the packages just flies out.
Yeah.
Flew up on the roof. He wasn't pulling a Walter White throwing the pizza up on the roof.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, it was a complete accident. So it's actually nice I feel like we always focus on the bad stuff on this show. I mean, that's just kind of what it is. That's what I see. I don't see a lot of good stuff. Actually, Pete shared that video of the Heaven getting the $200. So thank you, Pete, for that.
Thanks, Pete.
But yeah, so Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Larry, for stepping in and, spreading the love, spreading your knowledge.
Hey, always a pleasure, Jason. Always a pleasure.
What do you got going on? What's cooking in your life?
Oh, well,
anything exciting?
Still at my day job for now. Still hadn't decided when I'm going to pull the trigger on my retirement. Sometime between now and August 1st. So sometime in those time. Getting ready to sign on with, I believe, Caldwell Banker Real Estate.
Nice.
So talking with the owner of the brokerage here tomorrow afternoon just to finalize things. But
good for
I think they're going to be the best fit for me. So I'll be doing that part-time in the afternoons. I'll be probably cutting back on my rideshare driving a little bit because I'll be learning new stuff. They have a really good 18-week training course for their new agents. It's just 1 day a week, like from Friday from 1 to 4 in the afternoons. And you can attend it live. You can attend it by Zoom, or they actually record them as well. So you can watch them at a later date. So if I don't want to take time off from my day job. So
very cool.
That's pretty exciting to me. Going to be getting into a new chapter in my life here. Hopefully it'll take off. And if it takes off good, I'll have to get me a Tesla, man.
Oh, if you get a Tesla, I'm going to be so freaking jealous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick before we go.
Oh,
real quick.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to add that to the rundown.
So if anybody hasn't heard, Hertz Rent-A-Car just ordered 100,000 Teslas. And half of those, 50,000 of them, they're going to be renting out to Uber, who will be renting them out to rideshare drivers. Now, I might do it for a week just so I can drive a Tesla for a week.
Yeah.
It's like $330 a week to rent.
Oh, is it
$330 a week.
Oh, a
not a month, a week.
Shit.
They said once they get more of them out there, it'll probably go down to $299.
Oh, bargain.
Yeah. I mean, that's still like $1,200 a month that you're paying.
So when you do those rentals, you're just like, so I think what they do is like, you got to pay for the maintenance. Like the rental company's got to, no, you don't as a customer, but I think they charge so much because of the maintenance. Right,
exactly.
That has to
take
be
care of
done
the maintenance, the insurance, and all that stuff.
Shit, for $500 a month, you can get a Tesla and you can own it.
I know. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think it would be fun to try for a week, but I think those rental companies like that, I think they kind of prey on the people that can't get the credit.
Oh, they certainly do. Yeah, either they wrecked a car, they don't have enough money to get a new one, or down payment on a new one, or the credit's not good enough. Because I mean, how many stories have you read? I know I've read 100 of them about these people. Hey, I'm driving 4 days a week, 5 days a week just to cover the cost of my rental car.
And then,
the other 2 days I make money for myself or something, something.
Yeah,
like
don't get me started about EVs because I'm really, my car is not ready to be retired. Like I'm going to ride that sucker to the wheels fall off, but I am starting to price out like hybrids. I know Leo talked about Toyota's got a new one out just this year that's it's called Toyota. It's like an SUV. I think you get a car too, but it's called Prime. The first 50 to 60 miles are all battery, and then it switched over to the hybrid. So it's kind of not quite an EV, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to have me a Camry hybrid. Oh man, I'd love it.
See, I want to keep with the SUV. I like an SUV, so I would probably like Honda doesn't really have a big lineup of SUVs that are hybrid. I mean, they have a CR-V, but that's not quite big enough for me. I know Toyota has the Highlander, but.
I mean, I would certainly like an SUV. I drove a Ford Explorer for 10 years. I really enjoyed having my Ford Explorer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if I was going to get one, it would have to be one that had a third row seat so I could make more money.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to go.
I mean, mine's honestly just selfishly, I want more room for my body. I just, not that I'm huge or anything. I just, oh man, when I drive in my wife's Toyota RAV4, that's like, we bump elbows when we're driving. It's like, I need the space.
Yeah. So my Camry, it's got the leather seats. It's like a XLE.
Yeah, your camera's nice.
Those seats are comfy.
Yeah, I drove in it.
That's true. You've ridden in it. That's true. Yes, I forgot about that.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Larry, stay on the line, and I will talk to. What the hell?
Oh, thanks, Ben. I'll sell you a house, man. I'll sell you a house.